Make accurate predictions about your life by the month using your solar return chart. It's a calendar starting on the first month of your birthday and reveals life-changing events throughout your year.
Hello, everyone. It's Val Evans again, and I'm just popping on here real quick. I want to know some information, and I want to know what Duchess Meghan allegedly did on Princess Eugenie's wedding day. Hey, KK, I know, 2 in 1 night. I couldn't go to bed without looking at this chart. And so what we're going to do for the next few minutes is look at the solar return chart for Princess Eugenie. It's a really important solar return chart for anybody because it's going to be the year of your birthday. Hey, Yolanda. And I know, I'm overdosing on the chat and on the charts. And so I know, Toy. Thank you, Angel D. You guys made it amazing. I mean, you have so much information to offer, and people are really interested in it. Hi, Natalie. Nice to see you. I know, late night. Maybe I should do this more often. Okay, so I'm going to go to this tab. Hopefully, you can see it. Okay, there we go. There's Meghan, and it's at the wedding of Princess Eugenie's. Now, of course, it's not good to gossip. It's not good to intrude, but sometimes it can be a learning experience and finding out how people feel during big events and when things go unexpectedly. I know, Toy. I know, Fergie's face. Yes, apparently, and this has just made news again, they always got to bring something off the shelf if they can't find something else, but about the royals and especially about Meghan. But there is Meghan, and she is, I mean, can you imagine if you were expecting Prince Harry's baby? Like, I'd be looking like that too. I'd want to tell the world, and I'd be super excited about it. But Americans, we don't know so much about protocol, even though that would be arguable because some would say, well, let's wait until the festivities, end for our friend and cousin, Princess Eugenie. And it's very possible, too, that maybe they told just a few members of the royal family and somehow it got out and it wasn't their fault. So I'd like to still look at the chart. And here is the article. Meghan and Harry's baby announcement stole Princess Eugenie's thunder on her wedding day, and the bride's mother was said to be furious. So we're looking at furious, we're looking at red, looking at redheads. We got 3 of them, and we've got that theme of being mad. So Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank's wedding was a regal event where royals and celebrities celebrated together. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were thrilled for the couple and had even postponed the departure of their royal tour to Australia to attend the ceremony. Harry wrote in spare. So the Duke and Duchess also used the joyous get-togethers surrounding the marriage in 2018 as an opportunity to share their own good news. They were pregnant with their first child, Archie, and though some were delighted, the timing of their announcement to family members left others a little disgruntled. There is the beautiful bride. You can't imagine anything stealing her thunder because she is gorgeous. Look at that. And my God, look at Fergie. She looks good too. So, and she's in green. Now, the various gatherings connected to the wedding would give us a chance to pull aside family members one by one and tell them our good news. Wow. So he even, he even admits this in his book. I've got spare on, book on tape or whatever. And I don't remember that part. I don't think I listened to all of it. I think I got a little bored. But they told Prince Charles shortly before Eugenie and Jack's drinks reception at Windsor while he was in his study. Charles was delighted to learn that he was going to be a grandfather for a 4th time. The Duke and Duchess also informed Prince William later on after the drinks reception, and then Princess Kate, who congratulated them. Mail Online reported at the time how the Queen and Prince Philip were also told in person at the wedding celebrations. Whoa, they were told at the wedding celebration. Oh, it's such drama. And you know what? We can blame the planets. I don't blame Meghan, and I don't blame Fergie for being furious. So we're going to look at Fergie. This is Meghan and Eugenie, Princess Eugenie, when they were just getting to know each other, and this was a Halloween party. This is Eugenie's solar return chart. Wedding would have been in her 7th house. Well, isn't that interesting? Because that's, that has to do with the relationship. I don't like how the descendant is in Uranus, but she's been married, very happily married for 6 years. Fittingly, the ascendant is in Regulus territory, showing royals. So we're going to look at Sun because the Sun rules Leo, and we're going to go right over here in the 8th house. This could look like anybody's wedding chart, let me tell you, because there's so much going on. There's a lot of changes. Uranus represents change. And so there were things that had to be switched around at the last minute. I'm sure she was pretty irritated. So this is really Eugenie right here. I don't like how there's Chiron right there. So this could have meant that maybe she hurt herself, but it looks like there are wounds from the family that are being inflicted on her this year. So we have, this would have been March, April, May, June, July, August, September 23rd to October 23rd. So this is the month of the wedding. Now here's the good news. Beautiful little mini grand trine here. And part of fortune's on one side of it. So the wedding is a success. The wedding involves a lot of people here. A lot of, there could be military, Mars. There could be a lot of tradition, which is Saturn. But we've got some Pluto, and we've also got Black Moon Lilith in there. So there's some people who are not in her best interest, and they are surprising her. And so this would be that red line going through. So what we want to do is we want to go to Uranus, because this is the month of her wedding. And suddenly there is a huge shock. Huge. Now, I don't know if it's Meghan. I really don't. But it has to do with that family right there. And why is it a huge shock? Because Pluto is gigantic. It's like the ocean. So, I know. Shauna, you and me both. Hey, Shelley. Angel D, the UK press really disliked her. They were very cruel to Kate before she got engaged to Wills as well, though, in my opinion. Yep. Yes, Heather. So much drama. And, really all it is I'm wondering what the chart looked like. I don't necessarily want to throw anybody under the bus, but my God, I feel bad for Princess Eugenie. They're having to endure such a big, big, big shock. Now, 5th house is, it's a family, and it's also a child. So it's kind of like child shock. So I am going to say that this does have to do with this news. And the fact that they kind of press, 9th house, the press sort of went to war about it with Aries. And so they really put together a terrible storyline and really blew this news up. And so I would say that the press has a lot to do with some of this big shock. So I wanted to see what the mother of the bride looked like. And so interesting that the mom is the MC, and it's in Taurus. And what was she wearing during the wedding? It was green, the Taurus green. So, and she's up here in Venus, and boy, is she hopping mad. Woo-wee. And let me tell you, with the square to Pluto, this is revenge. This is betrayal. This is evil, evil, evil feelings, either coming towards her or just naturally she wants blood because that's her baby. So not only do we have a square with Black Moon Lilith, which is deep and dark, but Pluto is right next to her, which is an expansive, expansive, expansive amount of Black Moon Lilith. It's an ocean of Black Moon Lilith. I say that because whenever we put Pluto together with Neptune, it's an ocean. So this is an ocean of revenge and deep, dark, depraved thoughts. So it is just very, very difficult. And also the ninth house represents marriage too. So, and it would be in Aries. So something, whatever makes you mad, and if the Lord of Aries is in a square or an opposition, that's what's going to make you mad that year. And so there we have Mars right here. So somebody's making her mad. And I got to say, well, let's look at the cousin. Where's the cousin? The cousin's the third house. So look at Venus because Venus is ruling Libra. Venus up here. So here's the cousin. But we could also, why is Harry upset? That's weird. Could also be Prince William too. But so then we want to look at the seventh house from the third, which is Meghan. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Meghan is Mars. So, wow. And Mars is squaring the chart ruler in the eighth house. So, I'm always a supporter of outsiders, who are trying to marry princes. But it does seem like there's somebody who potentially is making Princess Eugenie mad. And you could also, you don't just look at this, you could look at the whole thing. And this is some very shocking energy. And it happened before Megxit. So, you could put all of this together. And interesting too, how the fifth house of family is in Sagittarius. And that is, could be a church, but it's also Americans. So there's an American in there. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And isn't it interesting that the house that is ruling Meghan is also the press house? So you wonder, you wonder how the information got there, but there was just whoever got that information, and they might have been surprised too. Meghan might have been as well. But the bottom line was that Princess Eugenie's chart for her year of wedding looked very, very difficult, even though there was a big, big grand trine here. And now Uranus represents her husband. So looks as if, I wonder if her husband had any military experience. I don't know. But there's something that has to do with Mars. Might get along with Meghan very well. And also shows that Meghan was invited. And you can see the Saturn there next to it also builds out the profile of Mars. Now, this can also show something that happens in the future. Remember, Uranus shows the future? And so it's going to be, the future is that this woman here with dark hair is going to be, she's going to exit. She's going to be pissed. So I could see that happening here. Uranus always gives a really good indicator of things that are happening, I think, in the future. Yeah, she probably won't. I know. Lisa, you said that your wedding chart was full of inconjuncts. Yeah. Yeah, some wedding charts and wedding charts with Jupiter retrograde. I hope and pray people decide not to get married during Jupiter retrograde this season and they wait, because you're always going to be disappointed. Unless you've got some really good aspects, you're going to be disappointed with your mate during Jupiter retrograde. That's just the way it is usually. So there's the wedding chart. Just want to come on for a few minutes, and I'm still working on a couple of other videos, so I should be back soon. But thanks, guys, for just joining me real quick, and I hope you have a great night.